Now, during every NFL draft, the first two quarterbacks taken are usually pitted against each other for the rest of their careers. We see this with guys like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud in the 2023 draft. These quarterbacks can never get away from this fate. And when we even look at the most recent draft where Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels were chosen, we clearly see that there's a lot of competition going on between these top two quarterbacks. Now, that is why it's important to talk about the top two prospect at the quarterback position as we get into the 2025 draft process. In this draft, guys, we have a pattern repeating itself. We have Cam Ward on the other side, and then we have Shedeur Sanders on the other side, or Shedeur, and these two quarterbacks are going to be pitted against each other for the rest of their careers. Now, let's talk about the pure tangibles of these two quarterbacks. When we look at Shedeur Sanders, he stands in at about 6 feet 2 inches and weighs about 215 pounds. Shedeur is the son of Deion Sanders and apparently the rizziest man alive.
He's fine. Yeah, that part.
He's the Dark Knight of Colorado, and most cool people actually call him the white girl whisperer, but the nerds will call him a quarterback.
Please, Shadaddy.
Hell no. No.
He's cool, he got the drip, and most importantly, he got aura.
They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining.
While other quarterback coming into the league already had their own song. It's absolutely crazy. Shedeur got a backstory. Now, Sanders was born on February 7, 2002 in Tyler, Texas. He attended Trinity Christian High School in Cedar Hill, where he played quarterback under the guidance of his father, Deion Sanders. Now, some people obviously said he only started because of his dad, but that's yet to be seen once he actually get to the NFL level. But Shedeur actually performed during high school. He took his high school to multiple state championships and amassed impressive statistics. All of this solidified his reputation as a top quarterback prospect coming out of high school. Shedeur Sanders originally committed to Florida Atlantic University, but decided to switch and follow his dad to Jackson State. They can't keep apart for some reason. I don't know. He played for 2 seasons and actually won 2 championships with his team. And after his time at Jackson State, he decided to follow his dad to Colorado, where he actually did pretty good. Guys, he threw for over 4,000 yards. He earned the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. Now, when we come on to Cam Ward stands in about 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighs about 223 pounds, same height as Shedeur Sanders, but a little heavier. Now, for the backstory of Cam Ward is not much of a wizard as Shedeur, in my humble opinion. He's more of a nerd, kind of guy you'd be proud to see your daughter bring home.
Come on, bro, let's make a song. Let's drop for him, Richie. I play football. Here we go. I play football. You ain't got no hobbies outside of that? I play football.
Like, YouTube to me is football to him. That's why I relate. I love Cam Ward. I ain't gonna be biased though, so relax. Now, Cam was born on May 25th, 2002 in Columbia, Texas. Jesus Christ, I'm old. He played high school football for Columbia High School, and his team was pretty run heavy, which limited his passing opportunities. But despite this, y'all, he actually secured his only scholarship offer from the University of Incarnate Word. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Cam Ward, without his dad to coach him, made an excellent impact, throwing for over 2,000 yards and 24 touchdowns as a freshman. And then his sophomore year, he threw for almost 5,000 yards. And in his last season, when he transferred to Miami, he threw for over 4,000 yards, 39 touchdowns, and the insane stat pad these two QBs have. Now, with all that being said, y'all, we're going to compare these quarterbacks based on their accuracy, their decision making, their arm strength, the pocket presence, their mechanics, and lastly, their athleticism. Accuracy. Shedeur Sanders completed 353 out of 477 passes attempted, achieving an accuracy of about 74%. That is absolutely impressive. When we look at Cam Ward, though, on the other hand, he completed 305 passes out of a total of 454, so his accuracy is slightly worse at about 67.2%. When we just look at these guys as a whole, we can clearly see that Cam Ward is more of that guy who's gonna drop back, who's gonna do off-platform throws, who's gonna be able to throw the ball in positions that he shouldn't be able to throw it at. But Shedeur Sanders is that guy that's gonna get you the ball with the right amount of accuracy. He's gonna take his time and deliver that ball where it needs to be delivered. Now let's move on to decision making. For decision making, I want to go over how each of these guys take care of the ball. Now, looking at Shedeur Sanders' passing attempts and interceptions, we see that he attempted 477 passes, like I said earlier, and he threw 10 interceptions, resulting in and an interception rate of about 2.1%. And for his touchdowns to interception ratio, he threw 37 touchdowns, so he has about 3.7 touchdowns per interception, which isn't bad. But it becomes crazy, guys, when we take a look at Cam Ward. Cam Ward only has 7 interceptions, and his interception ratio is about 1.5%, way lower than that of Shedeur Sanders. He had 39 touchdowns, which give him a ratio of 1 interception for every 5.6 touchdowns, almost doubling Shedeur Sanders. So for me, this one will have to go to Ward because he takes care of the ball a lot more and has a higher chance of actually making the right decision when given the football. Now let's talk about arm strength. All right, now there's a lot of debate as to whether or not arm strength even matter that much when it comes to evaluating quarterbacks. Very rarely are you going to ask a guy to throw the ball 60 plus yards downfield, and a lot of quarterbacks that rely on arm strength tend to struggle making more common passes with decent accuracy. Sometimes lower arm strength can lead to a QB having more touch on the ball and even better ball placement for his receivers. And we try to evaluate Shedeur Sanders in this department. We see that he has decent enough arm strength. It's nothing crazy. It doesn't really stand out on film very much. When we just look at this workout that he's doing right now, we can clearly see that Shedeur Sanders doesn't have that zip on the ball that we would see from someone like Cam Ward, who is very athletic and has that ability to just get the ball out of his hand extremely quickly. Now let's talk about pocket presence and escapability. This is the bread and butter of the modern day NFL. Having the ability to move and navigate the pocket can be instrumental to winning in the NFL today. And when we look at Shedeur Sanders' pocket presence, guys, he does show an extreme level of calmness under pressure. He's like very nonchalant almost, but I'm not gonna give that to him. That's a Cam Ward thing. The only main issue would be his escapability, because he can navigate the pocket, but he's not gonna escape really strong and athletic DNs or interior D linemen. So that's what brings us now to Cam Ward, because Ward, on the other hand, has a level of escapability that Shedeur really doesn't. He has this ability to evade rushers a lot more efficiently than Shedeur, and has the ability to make off-platform throws that he's getting used to because of developing this escapability aspect of his game. So he's more accurate when he's on the run. He's more accurate when he's forced into more difficult positions to make throws. And that's why I'm going to give him a point here as well. Trust me, this is not as one-sided as it's seeming. Woo, mechanics. Now, mechanics of a QB is very important because that determines how easy it will be to teach a quarterback new things, especially at the NFL level. If a quarterback has fundamental flaws in their mechanics, it could take longer for a player to actually adjust at the NFL level. And when we look at a guy like Shedeur Sanders, you can tell that he was raised by an NFL legend. He has the fundamentals down to the T. His throwing motion is incredibly smooth with a very quick and efficient release, and that's something we've seen from him on tape, and we've seen from him just the way he plays. Very polished player, has a very pro mindset and fundamentals about his game. Now, Cam Ward has done the best of his abilities with the opportunity that he has had to develop into the best quarterback that he can be. His mechanics aren't bad at all, especially when we look at his footwork, his head movement, play action, etc. His only issue is his release. He has a very low release point, which could often lead to some misfires, and that's something he just has to work on a little bit. This could be the reason why his deep balls is lacking a little bit, but apart from that, I think Shedeur wins the mechanics area. Shedeur is just more polished. He's a more polished quarterback in the pocket, throwing the ball, etc. And for athleticism, bro, we're not even gonna do that, bro. Look at these two guys. There's no way. Cam Ward obviously wins the athleticism battle. He just has a better ability of getting guys out of the way and actually making plays. At the end of the day, guys, I do think Cam Ward is the overall better quarterback. He's a safer bet for your team. He's a safer bet for any team basically in the NFL than Shedeur Sanders. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Bye bye.